Okay, students, welcome back to part two for this blog unit. As a reminder, we just wrapped up where you were writing your practice blog for your days 3 and 4. After you write and submit the link to your practice blog, you're going to take one day of approximately 30 minutes to go back and you're actually going to revise your practice blog. So your goal is to use an outside source as a method of revising the blog that you've already written. So the instructions are right here, but basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking one paragraph, only one paragraph to revise. But this paragraph has to be revised by you adding in an outside source. So for example, when we talked about that, the music genre, if we talk about, this genre of music helps me stay calm when I'm stressed out, then you need to go out and find some information that supports that and add it to your paragraph. As a reminder, when you revise your paragraph, you can't just take that information and throw it in there and hope that it works. You need to make sure that you give it some context or cushion around the beginning or the end of the information that you're citing. And also make sure that you use MLA citation, which is where you, in parenthetical citation at the end of the quote, you're going to use the author's last name and page number if there is one. If there is no page number or no author's last name, you just leave it out and put in the web page that you found the information from. So that is simply what you're going to be doing on one of the days after you've written your practice blog. The thing that you have to deliver is just a republished and updated blog. So you don't have to submit anything. You just need to make sure that when you revise it on your Google site that you republish so that I can see the changes after you've republished. So once you're done with your practice blog, feel free to share that with anybody you wish. You have the power to do so by taking that link and just throwing it around and giving it to your friends, giving it to your parents. Anything like that is just fine. After you finish that, you're going to move on to a little bit of a more serious topic to blog about. So this is really going to be a little bit more challenging because you're going to have to not only continue writing a blog well, but you're also going to have to really develop some new thoughts around these different topics. However, I do want to make sure that you have plenty of choice. So for this day 6, so this would be probably Monday of next week, roughly, to give you kind of an outline of the time. Your goal is to take a few topics that are listed here below and then determine which topic you would like to write a blog post about. It's as simple as that for this entire day. Please notice before I go into the instruction, for your deliverable for this day, you do not have to give me anything. You simply have to have made a decision about which topic you're going to write about. So what I've done here is I've actually given you 4 TED Talks that you can watch. Each of these TED Talks really are thought-provoking more than anything, and what I'd like you to do is review as many or as few as you'd like to review. For example, if you really know that you are interested in testing on this pancreatic cancer and you watch that and you don't want to look at the others, you don't have to. However, each of these kind of present a different topic in a different light and really are thought-provoking. So feel free to review any of them. I do want to show you these 2 disclaimers on the first TED Talk and the 4th TED Talk. Each of those have 1 swear word, so I want you to be aware of that. I don't think it's distasteful, and I think that it fits in with a TED Talk, but I do want to make you aware of that. And if your parents don't want you to watch that because of that, please respect what they have to say. So after you do that, then you're going to actually begin the work on the writing. So this is days 7 through 10. So you have a full 4 days to work on this blog post about the topic. The reason that I've given you so much time is because of the goal that we have here. The first part of the goal is to study the topic more deeply. If you study the topic more deeply, you're going to be spending some time looking at different resources that have to do with your topic. Because what you're doing here is you're studying your topic so that you can develop opinions about your topic. This blog post that you're creating is all about what you want to say about the topic. But sometimes you don't really know what you want to say about the topic, so you have to go out and look and learn about the topic to determine your own thoughts. Once you've studied the topic well, though, please this is your opinion, so develop the opinion about your topic. If you completely disagree with what any of these authors of the TED Talks have been saying, then make that statement. this is yours. You don't have to agree with them. You can think that it's a terrible idea, and you can totally look at the different side. You're not necessarily writing an argumentative piece here. You're writing an opinion piece. But opinions have to be backed by some sort of a proof, some sort of evidence, because that's going to be kind of like your noise man. That's going to be the one that supports your ideas or your opinions. So what you're going to be doing here is, once you determine that topic, you're going to go out and really learn that topic well, develop your opinion, and then you're going to write your blog. The blog should be a minimum of 5 paragraphs, but I want to make sure that you're aware you do not need to limit yourself to 5 paragraphs. Blog posts, I've read many blog posts that are 15 to 20, some even longer than that, because the topic is so detailed and in-depth. If that's the direction that you want to go because you feel like your ideas are much more detailed, or you want to outline your ideas in a more detailed manner, then please do that. Don't limit yourself just because you feel, oh, I got 5 paragraphs and I'm done. You're trying to really develop your thoughts, okay? I do want to focus in on this bold piece. As you write, you really want to focus that so that your reader can clearly understand what you think about the topic. Okay, so if you're beginning to write and you get through your intro paragraph and your first few body paragraphs, and you reread it and you're like, man, this just doesn't make sense. You need to stop and go back and change those paragraphs so that you can kind of put yourself in the shoes of a reader that doesn't know anything about this topic. So if they're reading it and they really understand what you have to say about this topic and what this topic actually means, then you're in the right direction. I do want to again remind you that pictures are totally okay with blogs, and they really are a great way to engage your readers with whatever topic it is that you are writing about. I would warn you not to use too many pictures, though. Sometimes when you use too many pictures, it becomes overbearing and distracting rather than focused on what you're trying to get across to the reader. So the thing that you have to do once you're done with this is you're going to create a new web page on your site. And this web page can be a subpage of, I'm going to go back to my editing piece, I'm sorry. This new page can be a subpage. So if you go to your practice blog, then you can actually add a new page underneath that blog page, and I believe this is how you do it, but please feel free to mess around. You can also just add a new page. See, I believe that went underneath the practice blog piece. But you can add a new page as well if you'd like. That's totally up to you. So this way I did it underneath the practice blog. Totally up to you on how you organize it. It's your creativity piece. So I'll let you decide on that. What I would like you to do, though, once you finish your blog, your final blog here of this final assignment, you need to publish again and get the link to that blog, not to your homepage or anything like that, but the link to that blog, the final blog, and paste it in Google Classroom under the final blog assignment. And you simply are going to just submit your work. I believe there's going to be a button here for you, submit your work. Once you do that, you are done with the first 2 weeks of this kind of hiatus or strange way to obtain instruction for writing. I really do hope you enjoy doing this, because I think that you're going to be able to write about your own topic that you like for the practice blog, and I think that you're going to learn a lot about the topic that you choose for the final draft or for the final blog that you create. One last piece of kind of Gilchrist advice is to make sure you treat your parents well, make sure you appreciate what they do for you and the time that you have with them. By being able to have these next 3 weeks off, you have a lot of time to spend with your parents. So make sure that you do that and appreciate every second. With that, we'll talk to you with the next assignment. Again, feel free to reach out with any questions you have about any of this. I'll be here via email, so happy to answer anything that you need. We'll talk to you later. Bye.